Yeah.
And then on the offensive side of the ball, get this.
Wow.
Kerry Carpenter, 3 home runs on the night. Remember you were complaining about Detroit being so good, even though
They're too good.
They've won 7 of the last 8, and they're just crushing.
They're too good.
They're really good. You were right about
Imagine
that.
how good your pitching staff would have to be if you held them to 1 run in 2 games, like the Royals did over the weekend.
More wonderful leadoff. Mets in L.A., Lindor gone. 6th leadoff home run this year. The franchise record for the Mets is 7. So he's
going to get it.
Seems like it.
You would think.
But don't jinx it. More on this game in a second. Wonderful. Rams OTAs. Puka and Devontae Adams talking about their releases. Just like this. And Puka's like, what do I do? He's like this. I'm like, oh, okay. Sounds good. Rams social media had this under iron sharpens iron, so that's another lawsuit for me.
KW?
Yeah.
You know how you said this was a long, weird, and wonderful?
I tried to get this
cut
out.
This one.
There was not that much in it.
You
Otherwise, it was just
one.
several home runs. And I like Puka. Wonderful. See?
That's Nick's team. He loves the Rams.
I do think they're
as
good.
old as they are.
Angels in Fenway. Mike Trout hit this one 454 feet.
Is he back?
In a major way.
That'd be sick.
I mean, he's back playing, but
No,
he
he's
still
crushing.
only played half the game.
No, but he's crushing recently.
No, I know, recently.
One of 3 home runs in the first inning. First time that's ever been done
know
by
he's
an opposing
great.
team.
How are the Red Sox?
Not great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Texas Tech, Oklahoma tied at 2. But Red Raiders have a runner on third. His sac fly will seal the victory for Texas Tech. Mahomes loved it. Oklahoma 5 feet over.
Yeah. Quest for the 5-peat over, bro.
Oh.
Shout out Mahomes. Mahomes' Twitter is why I was aware this game was going on.
Yeah. Texas Tech, Texas, Wednesday, game 1 of the best of 3. One more wonderful. Dodgers, Mets, Ohtani home run number 23. Via Sarah Langs, most home runs in the Dodgers' first 60 games. Ohtani 23, Duke Snyder with 22. Do you know who was third place? Gil Hodges.
Duke Snyder, you
I
said?
would not have known
Yeah.
that.
My granddad used to play stickball with Duke Snyder. That's true.
Really?
That's true?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's
in Brooklyn in the 20s. That's true. That's
You don't
true.
believe it, Wells? I believe it.
No, because it's like American folklore that Duke Snyder would get out there and
No, that
play
was
in
my
the neighborhood.
Yeah, my granddad was from Brooklyn and played with him. I mean, maybe he lied to me. I wasn't there.
On the board.
You think he lied to me?
Just on the board.
You think?
I'm just saying.
He lied to me? He was a World War II veteran.
I don't think he was.
You just
I
call
don't
him a liar?
I'm not calling him a liar. I'm saying it's
Wow,
on the board.
violence.
How many kids did Duke Snyder play stickball
The
with?
whole neighborhood.
I mean,
Word to him.
I just.
Wow, you're really shaking my whole
Wow.
foundation here.
It's on the board. Is all I'm saying.
He was born in 1912. I checked it. I was baseball.
I'm not saying that he
Wow.
wasn't born.
I'm shocked.
He's from the same neighborhood, though. I've checked that too. You're saying he lied to me.
Kevin Stefanski
Oh, sorry, Papa.
has got 5
I believe
quarterbacks
you,
on the
Nick.
roster. If you count Deshaun Watson, 4 are vying for the starting spot. Let's take a listen to the Browns coach.
Those guys are doing great. They are both wired to get in early, stay late, put in whatever work is required. They're sponges in the meeting room. It's fun for me to watch them get better sometimes just by listening.
He is on the go.
That's why. I'm such a dumb. I said during the soundbite, I was like, he's dressed like he's golfing. I was thinking he was doing it from practice, but he was doing it from a golf course.
All right, who do you think sees the field first?
It's got to be Shador. Like, Gabriel is, even the projections were career backup at best. Occasionally might start in the right situation. Shador, at least the potential is there to be a starter. And virtually everyone going into the draft believed that. And now, obviously, when he fell in the draft, that's for question. But I think Shador is just better than Dylan Gabriel. And I think he'll show it as they go forward. But I also think this, they have got to play, unless these guys are both horrible in the practice, they've got to see what they have in Shador. Because I think they know what they have in Gabriel. And I think, because remember, they'll be in position to draft a quarterback next year. So if Shador shows you something, or let's say it was Gabriel, any one of them shows you something in practice that makes your eyebrows raise, you're going to want to play them in the regular season, especially when you end up being 2-6 or whatever to start the season. Then you throw one of the young boys out there and see if you have something that you can build around, or do you need to draft another quarterback next year? And I think the guy will be Shedeur that they play.
So I think it's important that when we talk about this, and I try to do this, we acknowledge the Browns valued Gabriel more.
Yes.
The Browns took him in the third round. They took Shedeur in the 5th round. With that said and acknowledged, it is a big problem for Shedeur if the answer to this question isn't him. Because neither one of these guys is going to break camp the starter. It's going to be one of the veterans, right? And so if Shedeur wants a chance, if there is going to be a chance for Shedeur to prove his believers right, to prove his father right, prove himself right, all of that, right now his singular battle is move ahead of Gabriel on the depth chart. And I think that, to me, even though I was not nearly as high on Shedeur as some people were, and it wasn't as high on Shedeur as Brew was, I think that's very realistic. And if he can't move past Dylan Gabriel throughout OTAs, training camp, the preseason games, which will be critical, then I think it is evidence that he wasn't underdrafted, at least not for the time being. And so I think it's going to be a while until either one sees the field. But if the Browns end up in week 8 or 6 or 10 or whenever, starting a rookie quarterback in a game, and it's not Shedeur, that's a big problem for him as far as his ability
indictment.
to. Yeah, it's a real indictment. Like, that's just, like, you.
How do you see it playing out?
I think Shedeur,
we're starting with Flacco or Pickett. So we've already got 2.
So I think Flacco and Pickett, I would imagine, whichever one is not named the starter, the other one gets moved.
Oh, that's
so you know what I mean? I think that you are going to have one veteran starter, and then these 2 guys as backup third string backup. You can't.
But you can't, just to argue it, Flacco's 40 years old. So if I'm not trying to lose games right off the bat, Flacco could be out week 2. Like, he's not the most, durable guy in the world.
Here's the thing. I don't think you're going to keep 4 quarterbacks on your roster. I know the Patriots do with Brady. It's very rare these days. A lot of teams only keep 2. Right. So think
financially, they got 5.
Yeah, but he's not on the active roster.
Yeah.
He's going to be on IR.
No,
so he's not taking up. I'm not worried. I'm just talking about for your 53-man roster. Yeah. I don't think you're going to have 4 quarterbacks. You can't, I don't think, realistically, try to put either one of these guys on your practice squad. Because you put a guy on your practice squad, every other team in the league can take him for no compensation as long as they'll put him on their active roster. And so Dylan Gabriel was considered a mid-round pick. Shedeur, evidently, was considered a mid-round pick. And I think Shedeur, I think a lot of teams probably right now like Shedeur more than they liked him day of the draft because they're like, oh, he's been humbled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't think you can sneak either one of these guys on your practice squad because some other team will just snag them. And so that's what I think is going to happen.
The biggest question was all the pre-draft stuff about Shedeur, did that actually affect his draft stock? Or were people like, no, he doesn't have a strong arm?
I think that might be true. I think he'd still be better.
Can we stay just a little bit longer?
Don't worry, we'll be back.
I can't believe they're